Good evening and welcome to UC Davis Integrative Medicine's Gentle Yoga class. I'm Maureen Craig and I'll be helping you through the class this evening. I do leave my computer on and check my chat at the end, so please feel free to write any messages in there throughout the class. All right, let's get started. I'm going to just set my chair a little bit outside of the area here, but remember I encourage people to consider using a chair, especially if you're wanting just a little assistance in some of the postures where you can lean on a chair to kind of walk yourself up from a posture or gain a little additional balance. Okay, let's begin by finding a comfortable seated posture. And that can be like I'm seated, or crisscross is another way that a lot of people like to sit. So find a comfortable seat and then kind of let your attention draw inward a bit, maybe even closing your eyes as we begin practice. I want to share a Rumi quote with you. He writes, "Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray." Rumi has a lot of wisdom. So just feel the weight of the body coming down to the mat and take a nice full breath in. Feel the fullness of the breath at the top. Inhale just a bit more and then let it sink out of you. And when you get to the bottom of your exhale, draw another breath in to fullness. At the top, sip in just a bit more and slow release. Repeating that breath pattern for 2 or 3 more breaths. And on the exhales, letting the weight of the body ground a bit, come down to the mat. Filling fully up with the inhales and releasing, letting go with the exhale. Finishing the cycle that you're on and taking perhaps one more, and then returning to your natural breath. Have you arrived? Has your mind caught up with your body? Really letting the attention be present right here in this moment. Bringing the attention into the body with curiosity and kindness. And a bit of appreciation for whatever you find. And then bringing your attention over the heart and just checking in with your emotional body. And to being kind to whatever you find, allowing it to be present, knowing that all experience just flows through, stays for a little while, and moves on. Now moving to the spine, feeling the tallness in the spine, and then just drop the chin towards the chest and gently roll the chin on the chest, lengthening out the back of the neck. And then roll the right ear over the right shoulder and reach the left arm away. So you're lengthening out through that left arm and feeling the left side of the neck lengthen a little. So let that shoulder come down. And then just nod the head just a little bit to lengthen out there. Inhale and raise the crown up and take it to the other side. And dropping the ear to the left shoulder and reaching the right arm away. And a gentle nod with the head as you stretch out that side of the neck. We're always very gentle with the neck as the bones in the neck are smaller. The muscles are smaller. and release. Bring the shoulders forward, up towards the ears and down the back. And do that shoulder roll a couple times, just really warming up the shoulders, feeling them come forward, up towards the ears, and then drop them down behind you. Draw the shoulder blades together a little. One more shoulder roll. And then bring your hands together in namaste in front of the heart. Just press the palms together and drop the wrists just a little bit for a little extension there. And then move the fingers over so they interlace, and then press the palms away. Now find the breath here. Exhale as you draw the hands in. Inhale as you reach them out. Fill the back body. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Make the movement through the full upper chest as you reach the back behind you as you push the hands forward. Exhale and inhale. Couple more. Now the next time, inhale as you bring it in and add all the way up to an inhale. And reach the palms up to the sky and try and straighten the arms alongside the ears. Now your arms might not come up that high. Maybe they'll only come up this high. That's fine too. Whatever works for you. Then we're going to take a little side bend. So lean them off to one side. Inhale through the center. And exhale on the other side. Stretching the ribs open a bit. Once more each side. There we go. And again. Release the hands open to that T, and on the exhale, roll your thumbs back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Couple times here, activating the back. Get those muscles nice and strong in the back. Good. Drop the right hand to the mat, reach the left hand over and take your side bend. Inhale as you sweep the sky. Come to the other side and exhale, side bend. Coming back through center, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale into a twist off to the right. One hand the outside of the shoulder of the knee and the other hand on the outside of the hip or the foot. Just intensifying that stretch a bit with one more breath. And then turn the gaze over the other shoulder. Release the hands, reach for the sky, big breath. Exhale into the twist. One more breath in the twist. Feel the belly fill. Deepen the twist. And gently turn the gaze over the other shoulder. And releasing. Now we'll come into our cat-cow posture. So coming over onto your knees. I want to mention on our practice tonight that several of you indicated this is one of the first times you've done yoga. And I want to remind you how important it is to listen to the yogi inside of you. So I'll be giving some instruction here with varying degrees of difficulty. And it's important to honor the experience that you're feeling in your body. So take my instructions lightly and continue to listen in as you surf the edge of your practice, as you learn how to listen to the body and practice. Place the hands underneath the shoulder points, knees underneath the hips, and then tuck your toes. Drop the belly a little, bring the gaze forward. This is cow posture. Untuck the toes, arch the back up, angry cat, also known as Marjariasana. Inhale into Bidhilasana, cow posture. And exhale into Marjariasana. And taking that back and forth a little as you warm up the spine. So much work to take care of the spine. And that's where we're going to focus tonight, is a little bit on the core and the spine. Breathing. Taking one more breath and then settling yourself in table. In table, you'll feel the tailbone reaching back, the crown reaching forward. Push your right heel back to the behind you and your left thumb up to the sky. So you feel a long line of energy in your balanced table. Nice and sturdy and flat. Inhale a little lift. Exhale, sweep off center. Inhale back to center. Exhale away. Inhale long. Exhale away. Inhale long. Bring the left hand down and the ball of the right foot down. As you press the heel away, it gives you a nice calf stretch in that leg. And then soften the knee, and we'll take these moves on the other side. Push the left heel back, the right thumb to the sky. Feel them reach away from each other. Nice big breath, fill the belly. And exhale, lengthen a bit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep off center. Inhale, long. Exhale away. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Coming back to center. Bring the hand down, the ball of the foot down, and take that calf stretch on this side. Now in tonight's practice, I want to do several side planks, and I'm going to show you a few of them now, and I want you to take whichever version is going to work best for you. So you can practice them with me right now and then decide which one you'll take in some of our flow. The first side plank, I'm on my knees and my elbow, and you can even use your hand here to help lift up your spine. You want to use those muscles along the spine to strengthen the spine. Okay? That's one version. The next version I'll talk about is knee down side plank. So you keep one knee down. Let's keep this knee down and extend the other leg. And that's how you do your side plank, okay? And then you can kind of make this even a little bit stronger by putting more weight on that extended foot and the hand, and extend the foot out in front of you. This is also known as fallen triangle because you have 3 points on the mat, your hand and both feet. Okay, now you can take that extended bottom foot and stack it on top of the other foot and bring yourself into a 2-point balance for a side plank. Or you can tuck it out behind you and come into just a 2-footed balance. Or you can actually stack the feet on top of each other or lift the top leg. And that one I'm losing a little balance on, so you can see each one has a little bit more challenge to it, and you play with which ones are going to work for you. Okay, so now let's move into some of our practice. Bring your hands down again to the mat. Tuck your toes. We'll walk our hands back and just press into the hands as your heels push back. This gives a nice sole stretch to the feet. And then untuck the toes and lift up in the front of the knees. Gives a little bit different stretch to the tops of the feet. One more time, a sole stretch. And then just walk it up, coming into your squat. And we'll use this as a challenge for our balance. So just hold a focus point. Bring your hands to prayer. Push into the balls of your feet. Squeeze the glutes as you come up to standing, maybe high heels. Drop your heels. Okay. And then let's come to the front of our mat. And we're going to play a little with our balance. So bring all your weight to your right foot. Float the left foot, and you can hold a focus point if you want. But I want you to draw some circles with that floating foot. And it makes you have to kind of squeeze tight on that standing foot and then switch directions. You can bring your arms out to the side if that helps you balance. And then bringing that foot down for grounding with your left foot, and start the circles with the right foot. Again, bringing your hands out if you'd like, and switch directions. Little balance challenge, which is always good. This is something you can do when you're riding the elevator as well. Okay, let's head on up to the top of our mat and we'll begin some flow practice. We like to do flow in what's called a sun salutation, or Surya Namaskara. C is the first flow practice that we'll do. And we usually start in mountain. Mountain posture is an active standing posture. You'll feel your heels, the weight in the heels, and your feet are parallel with the long edge of the mat. Heels are under the hip points, which are under the shoulders, under the ears. So feel the joints stacking and feel that little lift or almost smile in the top of the throat. And breathing with that ujjayi breath, a nice full breath in. And a little narrowing of the throat on the exhale. And do your best to breathe through the nose. If you have a stuffy nose, we understand it doesn't always work. But if you can, there's big advantages to breathing through the nose. Inhale and sweep your arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale up. Left. Inhale. Right. Inhale, lift. Let the arms separate. Push the tailbone back and float your heart down. Forward fold. Allow a little softness in your knees. If you'd like to bring your chest closer to your thighs and just pedal out the back of the hamstrings a bit, and you can also bring your hands to a block if that works better for you. Inhale now by pressing on the shins and flattening the back. Here's our half lift. Draw the shoulder blades down. Notice the abdomen. Fill it up with a big breath. Exhale, scoop it in. Inhale, fill. Exhale and fold and step back on the left. Coming into your runner's lunge. 2 lanes of traffic. Bring that left knee down, untuck the toes. We're going to go ahead and sink our hips a little bit towards that forward heel. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the mat and draw that right hip back and draw the toes up just a little bit. Get a good hamstring stretch. And then walk your hands forward, coming to that runner's lunge. Lift the back knee. And this is, again, 2 lanes of traffic. Leave your left hand down. Reach the right hand to the sky. Now we're going to come up from here, okay? So feel the feet pushing away from each other, the way you get a lift. Now you can use a block or the chair to come up. Let's see if you can just push your feet away and float your hands up into a revolved warrior 2. Sweep the back arm forward, coming to crescent lunge. The back heel is lifted. The back kneecap is lifted. And then open into warrior 2. Floating to the other side. Now your hips are facing towards the left. Arms parallel to the earth. Take a breath here. And slowly bring that elbow down to the knee, extended side angle. And now we'll find our way back. Come back to warrior 2. Take a breath and move into crescent lunge. Lift the back heel. Raise the arms. Take a breath. Open back into revolved warrior 2. Hold that balance. And then let that left hand come down to the mat into that runner's lunge twist or dragonfly twist. Bring the right hand down and step that right foot back, coming into a plank. Feeling your plank posture here. And push the hips up high, coming into down dog. And just let your hips really get, your tailbone really get up in the air as you let the chest sink towards the thighs a bit. Then inhale that left foot up. Bend the knee and stack the hips a moment. And then inhale, bring that left knee in towards the chest. And then push it back out. Exhale it in. Inhale it out. We're going to come into an extended leg side plank. So bring that knee in and push it out in front of you and roll to the inner blade of the right foot. Extended leg side plank. Take a breath here. Choose your side plank. You do you. Okay? Nice big breath here. Bring the hand down and let that foot come back up into the sky. And exhale, bring it forward between the hands. And then keeping that right hand down, take your runner's lunge twist on this side. Bring the left hand down and step to forward fold. Bring that back foot forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, fold. Bringing your hands to heart. And release. Okay, how did you do? Always being kind with your practice. However it flows, just keep trying to learn and be curious about it. Finding yourself settling into your mountain. Lengthening through the bones. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Let the arms come out to the side. Tailbone reach back. Nice flat back. Float it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back on the right. Coming to that runner's lunge. Bring the right knee down. Untuck the toes and sink the hips. Low lunge. Take a breath. Bring your hip back. Draw that left leg nice and long. Good hamstring stretch. Draw the toes back. Another breath. Each breath lets us soften into those muscles and get a good stretch. Come on forward, tuck the back toes, plant the right hand down, come into that runner's lunge twist. Keep drawing the kneecap up on the back knee. Now here's our challenge to get up to standing, okay? So you choose whether you use a block, the chair, or your balance. Push the feet apart, float the arms up, coming to that revolved warrior two. Sweep the back arm forward, lift that heel, crescent lunge. Breath. Open into warrior two. Arms float out parallel to the earth. The back heel comes down and the toes are pointing off to 3 o'clock. Good breath here. Let that left elbow land on the left knee. The right arm reaches for the sky. Sweep back up to warrior two. Take another breath. Sweep the back arm forward. Lift the heel. Coming to your crescent lunge. Open the arms, rotating to the left. Revolve to warrior two. Bring the right hand down, the left hand up. Dragonfly twist. Bring the left hand down, step the left foot back, coming to plank. Take a breath. Push the hips up, down dog. Inhale, point the right toes and reach them high to the sky. Bend the knee and then flex the ankle and take a nice hip opening stretch here. With the next exhale, bring that right knee to the chest. Inhale it out. Exhale it in. Inhale it out. Exhale it in. Inhale it out. Exhale, sweep it under the body and out in front of you for that extended leg triangle or side plank. Fallen triangle, there we go. Fallen triangle or extended leg side plank. So we're resting on the inner blade of your left foot and the outer blade of your right foot. You take the side plank you like. Bring your left hand down, sweep that right foot back up to the sky. Exhale as you sweep that right foot forward between the hands, coming to your runner's lunge on this side. And let that right hand come up to the twist. bring the right hand down, and on the exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms back, rising to tall mountain. And exhale, release, letting go of tension in your body. Beautiful. Okay. How does that first flow go? Did you feel a sense of warming up? The body's getting used to movement. Okay. Now we have another flow, Sari Namaskara B, and that always begins with a chair. So coming to the top of your mat, and what I'm going to encourage here is that you think about that drinking bird. You may have seen that little device that has the water in it and the bird can drink. So we're kind of going to do that with our arms. We're going to bring our arms up, and on the exhale, be like a drinking bird as you come down and sweep the arms up behind you, and then sweep all the way to the top. Okay, so join me now. Reach your arms up with an inhale. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale up. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale up. And drinking bird. One more time. Inhale up. Drinking bird. And this time, let your hips lower, and you're going to come into your chair. In chair pose, the hips come down, the heart lifts. The arms are alongside the ears a bit. So feel the weight in your heels pressing away from each other, lighting up the back of the legs, especially the glutes. Feel nice and strong in the legs. Breathing here for 3, 2. Can you lower your hips a bit? One more. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat and step back to a plank. And we're going to take another version of side plank here. So go ahead and bring your knees down for a moment. What I'd like to do is teach you about rotating from plank to side plank. So as you come into your plank, step your feet about 1 foot distance apart and rotate both heels off to the left as you reach the right arm up. Rotate both heels off to the right as you lift the left hand up. Okay, so please join me. Plank, inhale off with the right hand up. Exhale as you come through plank. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale, plank. One more time, each side. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, push those hips nice and high in your down dog. And just rest there for a moment, a breath or two. Stretching out the back of the legs and letting the head rest between the biceps. Inhale the left foot up. And exhale, bring it between the hands. So we're in our runner's lunge. 2 lanes of traffic. Hold a focus point, bring your arms back for airplane, and then rise into your crescent lunge, lifting the heart. Use a chair or block to climb up to your crescent lunge if that's helpful. Breathing for 2 in crescent lunge. 1 more. And then drop the back heel. We're coming to warrior 1. In warrior 1, you still have 2 lanes of traffic. The back toes are pointing to 2 o'clock. The feet are pushing away from each other. That opposition strengthens the legs. Let the hips come down as much as available. Keep the left knee over the ankle. Breathing for 3. Big breaths. 2. 1 more. And release the hands behind the back. Interlace the hands behind the back and draw them down as you lift your heart, draw across the collarbones. we're preparing for humble warrior. So feel that chest opener and the shoulder blades coming together. Keep the feet sturdy and the abdomen engaged as you exhale and fold to the inside of the left leg. Lift the hands just a bit. Then bring the hands down to the mat. Turn the back toes into a 3 o'clock position. And now one lane of traffic for the feet. Bring the left elbow to the left knee and take extended side angle. Notice that the hips now rotate and face the side. Keep the feet pushing away from each other for 3 breaths. Feel the pelvic floor engage, keeping a strong core. 2 more. Last breath. Lift, coming to warrior 2. Float the arms parallel to the earth. 3, 2, 1 more breath. And now peaceful warrior. Reach that left hand up, coming up over the gaze, and your right hand down to the earth. 3, 2, last one. Coming back to warrior 2. This is when that thigh starts to get a little bit on fire. So just let your body sink into it, and you can do it. You'd be surprised how strong your muscles are. For 3, 2, 1. Now draw that left hip back, straighten the leg, and feel the relief there. Preparing for triangle. So we'll look at my hips, how you let that left hip come way back, and then float the arms out. Drop the hand to the inside of the calf. For triangle, another option is to bring your hand to the block on the outside of the ankle, not angle. Okay, so really feel that left hip coming back. Keep a little space right here between the spine and the front thigh. 3, 2, 1 more breath. Floating back to warrior 2. Let your hips sink a little bit. See if you can come a little lower. But try to keep that knee right over the ankle. 2 more breaths. Soften the shoulders. Left elbow to the left knee. Extended side angle. Reach up for the sky. Beautiful. Bring your hands down to the mat. Set your block aside if you were using one. Step back for your plank. And now you can take your side plank flow however you'd like to. I'm going to step my feet that 1 foot apart and rotate off to side planks. Inhale. On the other side. Once again, each side. And again. Exhale, push to down dog. And holding down dog now. I'm going to switch to the other direction so you can see me on the side as well. We'll inhale the right foot up. And exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Got our runner's lunge, 2 lanes of traffic. Push the feet away from each other, reach behind you for airplane. Let the heart start to lift. Float up to crescent lunge. Breathing for 3, 2, engage those muscles of the core. Everything from the shoulders to the knees. Drop the back heel, toes pointed to 10 o'clock, and then you can interlace the hands into temple fingers. Draw the arms up alongside the ears if that's comfortable. If it's not, just leave your arms apart and bring them up alongside the ears, keeping your shoulders comfortable. Breathing. Release the hands, bring them right behind the sacrum, draw them down as you lift up through the heart. Spread the the collarbone a little bit, lifting there for breathing. Keep drawing the back kneecap up. With the next exhale, we'll fold to the inside of that right leg. Let the hands float up a bit. And release the hands down. Bring the right elbow to the right knee. Turn the back toes off to 9 o'clock and let your feet be in one lane of traffic. Press the right elbow into the right knee and the left hand goes up to the sky, extended side angle, taking our side-facing warrior poses. With the side facing, you can keep the gaze down at the mat, off to the side or up at the sky, whatever feels right for you. Staying nice and steady here in your pose. Float up to warrior two. Let the arms be reaching away for infinity, the shoulders softening away from the ears. Breathing. Let that tension out of you. One more breath. Rotate the front palm up and come to peaceful warrior. Keeping that right knee over the ankle. One hand reaches for the sky, the other for the earth. Keep letting the hips sink a bit. Slowly float the arms back to warrior two. Breathing, feeling the abdomen moving with the breath, the pelvic floor moving with the breath. This is where it gets intense in that front thigh. Draw that right hip back as we prepare for triangle, so let the hips kick up a little bit. So you draw that right hip in and float the arms forward and drop into your triangle. In triangle, we're wanting to rotate the heart off to the side. So you choose whether you're going to bring your hand here to the inside of the leg, and it can be all the way up here is fine. So just slide down to whatever degree feels right for you. Keep making sure you have a good space here between the spine and that hip. And breathing. Again, the gaze can be at the earth or off to the side or up to the sky. Soften the knee, float back into warrior two. Taking a break whenever is right for you. Bring that right elbow to the knee, extended side angle, our last posture in this flow. One more breath. Bring the left hand down and step the right foot back, coming to your plank and taking or skipping flow. I'm going to take those rotating side planks because they're kind of fun. Drop your heels off, lift the hand. Exhale as you roll. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, roll. Inhale up. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and push to down dog. And you're welcome to drop your knees, come back to child's pose as well, taking 3 to 5 breaths here. Big breaths in, haw them out. Then taking the gaze between the thumbs. With the next exhale, stepping or hopping forward. Coming to your forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, fold. Soften the hips down, reach the hands behind you, and sweep into your chair. Let the weight land in the heels as they push away from each other. Are you breathing? Bring the hands to the heart, lower the hips, and then splash it out. Reach up, let it go. Empty coat sleeves, letting go of that energy in the arms, and breathing. And definitely feel free to shake out the legs a little bit if you're holding tension anywhere in the body. It's a good time to take a breather between flow. And now we'll come back to the top of the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold, and step back for your plank. Bring the knees down. Take the elbows into where the hands were. And then lift the knees if you'd like, or keep them down for a dolphin plank. Make sure your tailbone is lifted a bit. We don't want any sagging in the low back. Take your gaze up over the top of the fingertips. Keep the neck long and breathing in dolphin plank here for 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees down, push the hips back over the heels. Let the forehead come to the mat. Cleansing breath. Staying here or floating back into your dolphin plank for 3 more breaths. 2, 1. And drop the knees, melting heart. Cleansing breath. Plant the hands where the elbows were. And walk the knees forward. Bringing the feet out in front of you as we come down onto our mat for a little bit additional core work. Roll your spine down. And lengthen out on your mat. We're going to roll our thumbs right underneath the sacrum. Give us a little lift there. Then bring your shins into tabletop. Point the toes out. And then on the exhale, we'll bring our heels coming down. And then our toes lift up. Inhale the heels down. And lift the toes up. Squeeze the glutes at the bottom when the heels are out long, and then inhale as they come back up. Inhaling and exhaling 3 to 5 times. Nice and slow. Last one. Bring the heels in right behind the glutes, and we're going to prepare for a bridge posture. Roll your shoulders under. Option to grip the edge of your mat. Feel the heels land, toes lift and spread. Bring the breath to the belly. With the next exhale, push the small of the back down as you begin to squeeze the glutes and lift through the front of the hips. Coming into your bridge pose. Satubandha Savangasana. Lifting, push the heels away from the shoulders. Breathing. Lift the chin a little, keep the neck long. And draw the knees a little bit towards each other. One more breath here. And then exhale as you slowly let the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. You might lift your heels as you draw that tailbone towards them. And we'll slide our thumbs back underneath the tailbone, bring the shins into tabletop, And this time we'll do double D's, okay? So reach the toes up, sweep them out wide as you bring the toes down towards the earth. Squeeze the glutes at the bottom as you come right into the center, and then zip them up the front and in the center. Sweep them out wide. Inhale up the center. Exhale wide. Inhale center. Exhale. Following your breath, nice and slow here, 3 to 5 times. 2 more. Last one. Bring your heels behind the hips and prepare for your next bridge. And roll up whenever you're ready. Maybe your fingers touch the heels just a bit. Keep pushing the heels away from the shoulders and lifting the chin, breathing. Squeeze the pelvic floor with the exhale. One more breath. And roll it down. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Gently rock a little bit left and right. Leave the left foot heel down and extend the right foot away. Cage the ears. And we're going to come into a little bit of a twist as we lift. So make sure the neck is supported here with the hands. Lift through the heart towards that left knee. Inhale it up and rotate just a bit. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale lift. Follow your breath. Try and do this for about 6 times. Couple more. And then as you rest back, switch and bring the right knee up, extend the left leg, and we'll take it 6 times on the other side. Lift through the heart. Nice and slow. Use the core. Couple more. Last one. And release. Take your block if it's somewhere near you. We'll take one of my favorite restorative postures, legs up the wall. Plant your heels, push into the heels to lift your glutes. Place the block right underneath the sacrum. Then draw the knees in towards the chest and float the heels towards the sky. And try to get a little balance happening here so that the ability to hold the legs up is almost effortless. Take a big breath in. And as you let it go, see if you can let go of a little more tension in the body. You might enjoy stretching through the heels by pushing them up as the toes come back, drawing circles with your ankles, or just enjoying stillness. Finishing off with these nice big inhales, clearing the carbon dioxide from our lungs, long exhales. Let the heels drift away from each other, maybe point the toes towards the edges of the room. Breathing, letting the head be heavy, the shoulders be heavy, and the arms limp, yielding to the earth. With the next exhale, bring the heels back together. Bring the left knee in towards you and let the right heel float towards the earth. Walk the hands up the back of that left leg. Take a bit of a hamstring stretch there, breathing. And just a little micro movements, massaging out any last bits of tension there. And then draw that right knee in and let the left heel go long. Let it drift down towards the earth. Walk the hands up the back of the right leg, taking any stretch that feels good there. And slowly letting both heels come down behind the block as you bridge up to slide the block out from underneath you. Draw the toes over the edge of the mat. Bring the arms out into a T and let the knees windshield wiper left and right. And then let both knees drift off to the right and take the gaze off to the left. Take a nice big breath in and let it go. One more breath. Slide your right hand underneath your right knee and bring your knees up to center. And then windshield wiper them again, back and forth, taking up all the space you need. We're unwinding our practice and letting both knees drift off to the left and your gaze off to the right for a bit of a spinal twist here. Nice full breath in and let it go. And then gently finding your way back to the center of the mat, and we'll prepare for Shavasana, our final resting posture. Letting the body unfold onto the mat, the arms and legs rolling a bit away from the center of the body. And if it's lovely for you, you can dim the lights in your room now. Get a blanket, something to cover the eyes, anything that helps you feel comfortable for Shavasana. And staying as long as you'd like in that posture. Let the weight come down to the mat. Feel the weight of the heels, the calves and the legs. Both legs heavy, soft, and warm on the mat. So you take a full breath in and slowly let it go. Just feel the weight of the legs grow even heavier. And notice where the back rests on the mat. And the shoulders drifting away from the ears. The arms heavy, yielding all the way through to the fingertips. So heavy. And the neck long, the head heavy, the scalp soft on the skull. The brow softening, the eyebrows drifting apart. And the eyes falling back in the sockets. The cheeks soft, the face soft. A bit of smile in the eyes and the lips. Unhinging the jaw. And the throat soft. Bringing the attention over the heart. Remembering that Rumi quote. Let yourself be silently drawn to what you love. It will not lead you astray. Bringing a kindness, an affection towards your own heart, your own goodness. And just resting here breath by breath, moment by moment. Beginning to drink in the air around you. Noticing the coolness of the air and the warmth of your out-breath. Finding a bit of movement in fingers and toes, hands or feet, or enjoying stillness for a moment more. Taking a bit of a stretch through the body if that feels good. And then draw your knees in towards the chest. Bring a little comfort to the low back. You might cross your ankles, rock side to side. And you can roll off to one side or the other and come up and join me in a seated posture to close our practice time together. Bringing your hands to heart center. Thank you, friends, for joining me this week in practice. May you take a bit of your practice into your week and into your life. Taking these seeds of yoga and planting them into your daily activities, bringing those seeds of peace into your life. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for practicing with me. It's always good to see you, and I hope you have a beautiful week.